Try this again. It says resume, but I don't see anything there. All I see is black. Maybe they won't let me maybe they won't let me do it anymore. I don't know. I'm gonna have to shut down and start again. Give me a second. Okay, I'm trying again. Oh, I think it's working. I think we're back. Oh, I'm really sorry, you guys. I'm sorry that everyone had to leave because they thought that nothing was going to be happening. But rest assured, I would never stop midstream and not come back to you guys unless something severe happened to me. So I'm taking this piece, I'm just starting right where we left off, okay? I'm taking this black piece and I'm putting it underneath, and I'm taking my pokey tool, this sharp pokey tool, and I'm just going to put in holes where I want my brads to go in. And I'm doing 4 of them because I'm going to do 4 brads. And then I'm going to push the brads through those holes. Now, like I said, because I didn't plan this beforehand, if you want to hide these brads, just go ahead and put another piece of paper over the top, the inside of the card here. And so now I'm just going to push these brads through here, and these are going to very nicely hold this vellum on without any tape. Just being really careful because I don't want to poke myself with this. And I'm trying to make sure that they open up flat going vertically on my card here so that they're not hanging off the edge. I really like that lighter color with the dark background. That looks cool. You could use any other kind of punching tools to make your holes as well if you want bigger ones, so you don't have to struggle like I am. Or if you have arthritis in your hands or whatever your accommodations are for your type of crafting. Starwolf, if you're not seeing anything but you can hear me, refresh your page, like close everything down and come back in. I'm hoping that'll work for you. So there we go. Grandma is a mom with extra frosting. So cute! I really like that one. Very simple. These are the 2 I think were the best ideas. Let me see if there's another idea I want to share with you before we go. Oh, somebody wanted me to stamp on it. Okay, so let's just grab a piece here. I'm going to grab a couple of inks and we'll do some stamping on here. I'm going to put this flower back. Thank you all, everyone who came back and, you know, just had faith that I would not ever leave you hanging and just waited patiently while I restarted my computer and got everything up and running again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it that you stuck with me even though, you know, stuff was going hairy canary over here. This is one of those ones that when I was telling you about, if you have one that sticks like this, oh my goodness, make sure that you pull this off gently. This one has never been used, and if you pull too hard, it will rip the stamp. I really want to use this set, so bear with me while I get the rest of this plastic off of here. I don't want to wreck the stamp. This doesn't mean that they won't be good stamps. I just don't know if just the way they were cured or what, but it really, really sticks. Oh, Peter Pan, you're so sweet. So you're worth the wait, Jen. I know I seem, when I say stuff like that, I seem real nonchalant on here because I'm busy and my mind's on something. But dang, you guys. That just touches me right here. I'm serious. I want to do some of these really fun, leafy, kind of ferny looking things in double colors. I want to do a light green and a dark green, so I'm going to pick a couple. I'm going to pick a couple of my old Stampin' Ups. All right, so this one's not really green. It's more of a yellow. It's So Saffron. But I'm going to use Old Olive and So Saffron. This color, Old Olive, is the most amazing color in the whole world. Oh, by the way, it's 3:09. We're totally going overboard, beyond, because I'm really sorry that everything shut down, but we're going to continue on. So anyone who has to go, thanks for joining us. I'll see you over at Quality Crafts and all that jazz. And we're just going to continue on here. And I'm going to use this stamp. Now, I've never used this stamp before, and I'm going to show you a trick, something that I like to do with mine. You don't have to do this. But I like to take a real fine sandpaper, and these are just for nails and stuff. Well, a lot of them are for nails, but I literally got this from close to my heart. Here. Whoops. And it's like 15, 20 years old, okay? But there's a fine side, and I just go right over the top of my stamp with that fine side. And do you see how it's turning kind of a chalky color? It looks like there's dust on it. That's exactly what that is. And this is called seasoning a stamp. Sometimes there's just stuff on there that needs to come off. And this usually helps get a much nicer print. So what I'm going to do now is do a little bit of stamping because that's what somebody else wanted to see. I'm going to bring you in just a tad. I'm going to go over with So Saffron and stamp a few things. You know, I should probably put white under here so you can see it. Let me get a piece of typing paper here. And just around the page, I'm going to do So Saffron. It's not super easy to see. It's a lighter color. And it's drying up because I've had this stamp pad for probably forever. And so I'm just going to do the best I can to squeeze some of that ink out of there and get this stamped on here. And I'll hold it up in just a second because I know these are really hard to see. But it'll start looking a little bit more clear once I start adding the green. So what we have here now is a bunch of those ferny things in a light kind of mustardy color called So Saffron. But I'm going to wipe that off. And then I'm going to go over it with the Old Olive. You do not have to season all new stamps. That's totally your judgment. I don't always. It just depends on how well the stamp holds the ink. That's a great question. Now I'm going to toggle these. I'm not going to put them directly on top because everything is see-through. I can see where I'm stamping it. I'm going to stamp it slightly over a bit, just so that they don't match up exact, but they're kind of close. And that's because I want both of the colors to show up. Be careful not to touch everything because they'll smear until it dries real well. Okay, so I just went ahead there and toggle it slightly off center. You could definitely use markers on this, on vellum. I showed you that with the alcohol markers, but I believe any kind of marker will do. So you can tell by leaning it to the side that some of the parts are still shiny. That means it's still wet. So give your vellum plenty of time to dry. This is not quite a full, there we go. And then, let's see, do we want to put anything else on there? I think that's it. I was going to put maybe another little smaller something on there, and I was going to use this May Made It stamp and do the little snowmen, but I didn't get around to that. I have another set that I really wanted to use today. This one is Hero Arts, and it's got fruit on it. It's really fun. It's called Simply the Best. Simply the Best. It's really, really cute. But those will have to wait for another day. But there you have it. You can definitely stamp on vellum. Straight out with your regular inks. I'm looking for my little piece of, there it is. So I can cover this up. Protect my stamps and put them back in the container that they came out of. So yeah, I've got a bazillion other things I have to finish up today, otherwise I would go on for like another hour, but I definitely wanted to come back on. And it does take a little bit of time to dry on vellum, yes. You can use your heat gun, but like I said, if you're going to use your heat gun to heat it, to make it dry, you're going to, it seems to be pretty dry. Let's see, there you go. Do you see the little green marks? I'd give that time to dry. It's not quite done. If you use your heat gun, you have to be very careful because vellum is sensitive and it will warp. So here are a few of the ideas that we went over today. There we go. I feel a little bit thrown off by the fact that my computer just shut down on me. But we got some really great ideas thrown out there, and the whole purpose of it was so that you would have ideas and tools to use in your toolbox, meaning, you know, things that you know how to do now that you've seen done, that you can use to enter our Quality Crafts weekly challenge. And this week is a challenge to make any kind of card as long as it has vellum on it somewhere. So I have one more thing I want to show you. And yes, I'll show you the finished things that I did yesterday as well. If I can find the vellum that I tossed in the scrap bag here. Another fun thing to do with vellum is to make your own embellishments out of it, but I don't see it right now. Stamp your flowers and stuff on your vellum, color it from the opposite side, and then fussy cut it out. And that's what I did. Although where it ended up is anybody's guess. I don't know. I don't know where it went. But that is a fun idea too. So I would love to see all of you guys over at Quality Crafts after we're done here. Make sure that if you are coming from this live stream that you either friend Kathy Dunahee or I and let us know that you came from here, because then we can let you in quicker. We're just very careful about who we let in because we don't want any scammers or spammers or crazy people getting in and ruining the group for you guys, the experience that you get. But we welcome everybody to come over. We definitely want to see your artwork, especially artwork that comes, you know, from the ideas that I give you in here, and you go, oh, and I took this, you know, that I learned during the video and I ran with it, and here's my project. We'd like to see that. That'd be really cool. And that way you inspire other people to do the same kind of a thing. Petra says, does the vellum have to be on a card for the challenge? I was hoping for a card, but if you're doing like another project, a scrapbook layout, or anything like that, and you use vellum, as long as you're using vellum for something, I'll accept it. How's that? Does that make sense? Does not have to be a card, but it has to have vellum on it somewhere. Oh, Star, I'm so sorry. She says, no crazy people? Well, that leaves me out. Glitter, Heidi, I don't know if you're responding to someone else, but glitter is not required. And yes, somebody wanted to see from the long live streams we did yesterday how those projects turned out, and I will show you those in a moment here. Let me just put away a couple of these things and make room so I can pull them out from where they're hiding, and then I'll show them to you. Because they're underneath a bunch of stuff that I have set up for this live stream. I totally appreciate your patience. What we did yesterday in an impromptu live stream that I did not advertise was create covers for these large legal notepads that the paper size underneath in here is 8.5 by 11, but it extends another a little bit, so it ends up to be like 8.5 wide by like 11 3/4 tall, or something close to that. So it's not 8 by 14, it's not 9 by 14 or anything like that. It's exactly 8.5 by like 11 3/4. I had somebody be really confused on that measurement, and I literally measured it. So this one has 4 buckles, and they all come out of these little holes here, and a little pocket. Oh, my paper is coming up, probably because I used super hard stuck on that one. Give it another press down here. Okay, not real practical for closing reasons, but a really cute idea for a card. If you're only going to use like one buckle for a card, that would be awesome. So I'm just going to move that one over. And then this one has a buckle, and this was the masculine one that we put together. And I say we because everyone got a say in how this was put together. So we did the top in black, and we added the fire to the inside. And then that just goes all together, and that buckle goes right through those little pieces of paper like that. Whoops, I missed a level. I missed the underneath level. There we go. And that comes through, and then that stays. Here was another one that we worked on. And underneath this one is a little piece of Velcro right here. And that one opens up. And it's got some fun little ABCs on the inside. And then the last one we did, and this one we struggled with for like 2 hours in a live stream. We made mistake after mistake after mistake and learned a whole bunch of things that you shouldn't do and a bunch of things that you could do. And there's magnets underneath here. We got this magnet one to work. So when you shut it, it magnets shut. And then this one has a pocket on this side, a little bit of pocket. And this one has a little pocket on that side. And then it just snaps shut. And those are the 4 that we made. And I think I live streamed for like 4 or 5 hours to get all those done. And those are gifts for teachers at the school where I work. So they are done. Now the rest of the afternoon I'll probably spend today going over wrapping and doing things for my family gifts. So let's just move this in a tiny bit here because we're going to wrap up this live stream. I'm just going to double check back through the chat a little bit. What's unfortunate is that because we got kicked off, this live stream is going to be completely separate from the other one, and people are probably going to be confused. So what I will do is I'll label one part 1, and then I'll label one part 2. So like this one I'll do, since we're starting this right now, I'm going to add right to the title, part 2. And that way you'll know if you ever want to go back and check it out that this was the second half of that. Yes, and if I don't see you guys Thursday, which I believe I'm still doing a live stream, I don't see any reason why I can't. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate, I hope that you are safe and warm and with family and friends. And I will not be doing a live stream on Sunday the 25th because it's Christmas. I'll be up north with my family. But I will be, so that's Sunday, and then that following Thursday I will be doing a live stream. And then when is January 1st? January 1st would be, well, I guess the night of the 31st, right? New Year's Eve is a Saturday night. I will be doing a live stream event for that. And so be on the lookout, watch for information coming out on what time that will happen and what we'll be covering and what we'll be doing. And I hope to see you there because I really cannot wait to see you guys next video.